So, so you know, like it's the daily, daily go get ism show. You think it ain't when it is? Uh, you think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We talking about should you go to the doctor tonight? Should you or should you not get annual physicals, checkups, go to annual doctor visits? Should you go see what's going on up under the hood? Now, honestly, to me, it sounds like something that's elementary. It does. It sounds like something that's easy to answer, easy to figure out. Doesn't take a whole lot to think about it, but that's just from my perspective. You know, I've always been very concerned with my health since I was very young. You know, suffered from anxiety a little bit at a young age. You know, had to work through that or whatever. And you know, when you suffer from anxiety, you know, when you've had panic attacks and things like that, you want to make frequent doctor visits because you always want to think that something is wrong with you. And you know, it's a form of stress and depression and a whole lot of negative hormonal energy, you know, happening to you or whatever. And it can be something that will scare the daylights out of you and something that will really get you in tune to how your body reacts with the way that you're feeling about things. So, what I want to talk about tonight is, you know, how you feel about the doctors that may be your primary care physician or, you know, a doctor that you see, specialist, you know, screenings. I'm at the age, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm at the age, I'm middle age or over middle age, whatever. I'm 53 years old. I'll be 54 years old later on this year. And I know that I'm at a point in my life where I really have to make sure that certain things are running correctly and that I'm not going down that rabbit hole of long-term conditions that can turn into to illnesses that can turn into terminal illnesses. So I'm not on my way up, so to speak. And I don't want to talk about people who are around my age or my age. I don't want to talk about them negatively because we're not all built the same. We're not all cut from the same cloth, and we don't all have the same maintenance uh, duties. No, maintenance practices that each other have. So you know, but recently, and this is what made me think about this topic. Recently, I went to the doctor to get my annual physical. Now, the doctor that I had been seeing was not there this time. I don't know if they're switching around things or whatever, but this doctor was a little was gave me a little different experience than I had experienced when I went to these doctors before. And this doctor, um, he was a Nigerian doctor. He was an African doctor. And the first thing he did, and this kind of turned me off, was that the first thing he did was look at my checkup from last year, and he made a recommendation. And the first thing he wanted to talk about was putting me on medication for cholesterol. And this was without him looking at my cholesterol numbers for this year. Like, so if I was in a dangerous area with cholesterol last year, you don't think that I may have done anything different to improve my condition from last year? So with him just going back in time and then trying to prescribe medicine, which I've refused, I was like, no, you're not writing any prescription for me. Um, it made me suspicious of him. And honestly, I started to think like coming to this doctor was a bust. That's what I was thinking. Like, this guy is not trying to be progressive. and he's definitely not interested in natural techniques or whatever, or he may not think that I'm interested in it. But I guess had I been that doctor, I would have seen if I was prescribed any medicine last year, and then if I saw that I wasn't, then maybe I would make a recommendation. But the first thing I would probably do is ask some questions, like, well, when they diagnosed you with high cholesterol numbers last year, what did they say about it? That's how I would approach it, and I guess that's what I was expecting. And one thing you have to learn to do, not to do, is expect people to do things the way that you would probably do them yourself. You're going to be disappointed a lot when you expect people to perform at a level that you would expect of yourself. So I want to talk about this for a second. We ain't gonna be here long. But yo, do you trust your doctors? Do you trust doctors nowadays? Because we're in these days of these strange illnesses. We got COVID, we got the flu coming back, taking on all kinds of different strains. COVID taking on all kinds of different strains. All kinds of cancers going on out here. Diabetes is off the chain. Oh, they opening up all of these dialysis clinics, all of these urgent care spots, where you don't even have to go to a real doctor anymore, or a real office, or a real hospital anymore. You just go to these little urgent care places, and they hook you up. They hook you up with whatever. You pay a fee, and it seems like a racket to me. I don't know how much I can trust the medical industry nowadays to be concerned about my health and to take my health into serious consideration, or to really be in my corner. But that's the way I'm feeling. And maybe I'm just suspicious, or not looking at the big picture or whatever. Because some people might say that because he prescribed medicine for me, that he does care, because he wants to get things regulated. I guess I am a little suspicious of doctors, but I do believe in going to go get yourself checked out. Even if you don't go get yourself checked out by a medical doctor, there are naturopathic practitioners out there. They know a lot about natural remedies and cures and treatments and things like that. So I'm definitely not opposed to that. As a matter of fact, I'm down with all of that. I am. I just know that there's some things that only a medical doctor can take care of, because herbs and things, they work a little slow. So they're better for people who have been practicing routine maintenance for a while. They're not so good for you done messed up or had an accident, or ain't been treating yourself right and you need treatment right now. Herbs and stuff don't, to my knowledge, don't work as well in that capacity for those instances. But what do y'all think? What's going on, Stacy White? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. Yes, do. Yeah, what do y'all think? What do y'all think, man? Do you trust the doctors that you go to? Do you trust doctors at all? Do you go get a regular checkup every year? And do you get everything checked out when you go get an annual physical? Because they take blood, they take urine, but you actually have to request those things. They don't always just give you those things at one time. I mean, automatically. And you know what else they don't automatically do? They don't automatically do certain screenings to make sure that things are going well for you internally. So cancer screenings and things like that, you have to ask for that. They're not going to suggest that all the time automatically. When a person is reaching their late 40s and early 50s and stuff like that, they will recommend that you get a colon screening, or a colon cleanse, not a cleanse, what do they call it? a colonoscopy, they are going to recommend that you do that. And so much of this is contingent upon you having health insurance, because if you don't have health insurance, they're not recommending anything. That's kind of how that goes, because they know that the outer cost prices for treatments are pretty much unaffordable to the average person, average working person. And even when it comes to prescribing medications, like I've noticed that in the years when I wasn't carrying health insurance, if I went to go get an annual physical, they weren't taking blood because there's a cost associated with that. They weren't doing screenings. They weren't doing any lab work because the average person may find that very unaffordable to do. So if you have aches and pains or concerns about what's going on with you, they're pretty much going to keep it to a minimum of what they're going to recommend. Even if they prescribe, like, let's say you have some type of infection, some type of bacterial infection, they're going to, if you have insurance, they're probably going to prescribe something like a Z-Pack, zithromycin. Is the four or five pills that pretty much knock everything out. But it's a little expensive. A little bit. Not a lot, but it is a little bit expensive. Nowadays, the Z-Pack could probably cost you about $100. And it's not an over-the-counter thing. If you don't have insurance, then they'll probably recommend penicillin if you're not allergic, or doxycycline if you can take that. Erythromycin. Basically, the things that are more affordable, the things that you can pay for out of pocket. If you have insurance, they'll recommend a Z-Pack because your insurance is going to pay for it. No skin off your back. So, knowing that they're only going to recommend certain things if you have insurance and can pay for these things, how can you be sure that they're giving you the highest level of service and care? How can you be sure? How can you know? How can you know if they give a shit about you? And it's important for you to ask your doctor certain things, because they don't always know what's going on with you. It's just like going to a therapist and you don't want to talk to them. Well, they can't do anything. They are psychologists, not psychics. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know what you're going through. They don't know what you're feeling. I mean, they may actually have some clues about what's going on with you based on their training, but they are not there to figure things out. And neither is your doctor. Your doctor may observe certain things about you based on their training and their ability to observe you if you allow them to. But one thing is for sure, he or she can't do lab work with their eyes, nose, mouth, hands, and legs only. Can't do it. Got to get that thing under a microscope. What up, Care Bear? And she says they definitely treat you better depending on your insurance or lack of. Yep. Yeah. But like if you have the welfare insurance, you have the quote unquote medical card. Yeah, the county and the state, they pay for some things, but you know what I think is interesting? When you go to jail, inside the jail, they will pay for more things than they may pay for with welfare insurance. But some insurance is better than no insurance. So if you keep yourself in a healthy state, you're not going to have to worry about a whole lot of doctor visits. But I'm interested in knowing how you feel about doctor visits. Do you go take an annual physical every year? Is it the same time every year? What are your concerns every year? Are you just going through the motions of making sure that you go get a checkup, or are you concerned about maybe certain hereditary conditions that may plague your family? A lot of people think that cancer runs in their family. It really doesn't. Lifestyle runs in families, though. So they may do the same things that cause certain cancers to visit a lot of the family members, like smoking. Lung cancer doesn't run in your family, but because you smoke, yeah, it may touch a whole lot of family members regardless. But when you don't understand the history of something, when you don't understand the way something works, it can make you make really far-reaching assumptions, none of which may have any real merit. Ain't got no merit. So, how do y'all feel about annual physicals? Should you go to the doctor every year? Because, and I have to ask, because a lot of people believe that you should really only go to the doctor when you're not feeling well. Now, those of us who practice routine maintenance, we feel like if you only go to the doctor when you're not feeling well, then you don't go to the doctor enough, because maybe you're not practicing any preventive maintenance. And if you're not practicing any preventive maintenance, then there's a good chance that you could be getting sick a lot because you're not doing anything to make sure that you don't get sick. And who likes to be sick? I don't know anybody that likes to be sick. Being sick is no fun. I don't care whether you have a cold. I don't care whether you have broken bones, torn ligaments, sprains, or whatever. Nobody likes to be sick. Nobody likes to be unhealthy. And you'll be hard pressed to see an unhealthy championship team. Speaking of, okay, I ain't gonna get into all that. But listen, how do you feel about going to the doctor? How do you feel about the doctor that you had? Have you ever had to switch doctors because maybe one doctor didn't make you feel comfortable with his level of service, level of care? And it is totally within your right to switch, PCPs, that's primary care physicians, or do some things that are necessary in order to improve your own physical state. You have the right to do that. But how do you feel about your doctor? Is he or she any good? Sure, they can all come with degrees and accolades and things like that, but in real world, real time, are you satisfied with how your doctor gives you treatment, treats you, conducts himself, runs his business? Are you satisfied with that? I'm not sure. I don't think I was satisfied when I went to the doctor's last Wednesday. I don't think I was satisfied. But that's just my example. Care Bear says I don't mind going preventively, but I can't stand dismissive physicians. Understand the boo. Understand the boo. I mean, my doctor ain't gotta love me. But what I do need him to do is to make sure that I'm put in a position to be able to help myself, because I can't help anybody else if I don't help myself, because I'm just not going to be able to put my all into whatever anybody else wants. And that's not to say that everybody should treat me like a king while I treat everybody like shit. Not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, there's a good chance that when you're not satisfied with doctors or the care that you've been receiving, you're probably going to start to lose trust or confidence in a lot of areas. Like if you think your doctor is only out to get a bunch of money from you, are you going to be open to trying his treatments or taking his medicines that he prescribes for you? I mean, I don't know if that's an easy question. I don't know, or if that question has an easy answer, but it's an important one. You know, before I turned 50 years old, I got a colonoscopy. My biggest concern was my prostate because my dad had, you know, passed in 2021 from prostate cancer or whatever. So I wanted to make sure that I was good on that side. So I'm very concerned about that type of thing. And so far, so good, you know. But you may feel differently. You may feel differently. For some people, it may make them feel totally secure that their doctors prescribe certain things for them, or recommend certain behaviors, or specialists to them. That might be the way that you think things are supposed to be, and that's fine. I'm not here to debate or dispute. I'm just trying to find out the information. Is is it good to go to the doctor every year, or do you think or know that they're going to say the same thing to you every year? Like, you need to lose weight. I know I need to lose weight. You need to drop down. You are obese. Yo, yeah. And that covers a lot of people that go to the doctor. Picture somebody going to go get their annual physical, and they don't even want to stand on the scale. Like, they make you do that. You have to know if you lost weight or gained weight. Evidently not to everybody, but do you trust the screenings? Breast cancer screenings. From what I understand, when it comes to breast cancer screenings, they actually use radiation to try to find out if women have breast cancer in the first place. And a lot of people are of the belief that the machines that they use to give breast exams are the very thing that's causing the cancer. The evil that men do. I'm not saying that is 100% true, but I don't think it's anywhere near 100% false. Now, disgruntled employees can definitely paint a certain picture or profile of a business and become a whistleblower. I get all of that. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Care Bear says those doctors that treat you like a random cow or chicken on a farm. Okay, she also says that it's good to go for your annuals. And I have to agree. And she also says, like you said, preventive care. So many people are scared to go to the doctor. There's no preventive care. And not wanting to know about your health status is not very uncommon. A lot of people just, they can't take it. They'll tell you, I don't want to know. Something is wrong with me. I don't want to know. I think that's crazy and foolish thinking, but I do understand that. I be understanding. I just don't be agreeing. So Care Bear says, yeah, you should go. You should go get at least one annual. I think so. I think so. Especially when you start getting to that over 40, over 50 thing. You don't want to get caught out there, because by that time you have babies or children that still depend on you or love you, and all of that. So you don't want to take any chances on not being there for them. Care Bear says, I understand. I just don't subscribe to that thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Trusting doctors, trusting nurses. You might have straight trust issues. And I know I've been. Whether you are experiencing it yourself, or whether you are concerned about a loved one, you want to make sure that they are getting the things that they need in order to successfully become healthy. It can be a real full-time job for some people. It really can. Okay. Okay. So, what do, or should I say, what are your thoughts on medical doctors versus naturopathic practitioners? If you know anything about the two of them and the differences and similarities, let me know. Holla at me. But you know, do you think that blending or incorporating both into your health desire space, do you think that that's a good thing? Care Bear says, I prefer the holistic approach. I can dig it. I mean, they do, like I said, they always talk about cures. They always talk about really, really good treatments. And sometimes it really is good. I'm not sure how many people they've saved. I'm just not sure. I'm not saying that it's a lot. I'm not saying that it's not any. I'm saying I don't really know. But that's for us to know. These are the things that we should know. These are the questions that we should ask. It's our time, it's our money. Doop doop dee doop be doop 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 be doop. Yeah. What do you think? Should you go get that annual physical? Annuals. Do you think maybe you should go every other year instead of every year? Like I'll see you in 2025. No 2024. No, none of that. No, no, none of that. Let me see. Um. Oh, okay. Care Bear says I blend my health care. I always use the holistic care first, and it minimizes doctor visits. And she also says always share with my doctors what I'm doing. Cool. If that's working for you, then I think that's the way to go. That's the thing to be. And that's the place to be. Um, we should probably revisit this topic on another day, but I mean, it's something to think about whether you really trust your doctor or not. Maybe a lot of people over trust their doctors. Maybe some people don't trust their doctors even a little bit. But why would you continue to pay your money for a service and leadership that you don't consider to be quality? Quality offspring, yo. All right. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 18th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So acknowledge them. because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, my man Dwayne Branham turning 53 years old today, and also Miss Bossy Law. Happy birthday to you. And also my man Craig Hamilton turning 53 years old today. And Chris Zimmerman, happy birthday to you. And also Price Ness Irriton Brine turning 29 years old today. And also Apostle Dion Ford turning 33 years old today. And Andre Greenlee turning 35 years old today. And Nikia Nicole, happy birthday to you. And also Johnny Robinson turning 54 years old today. And Felicia Edwards, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And last but not least, my man William Reeves Jr. turning 45 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 17th. Anywhere out there in the... Oh, my God. Well, I did this all wrong. I knew those birthdays sounded funny because those aren't today's birthdays. Those are today's birthday, but really tomorrow. All right, let me go back. All right, Katrina McCurdy, happy birthday to you. And Kiana Thicken the Hips Green, turning 41 years old today. And CC Dash, happy birthday to you. And Tracy Grant, happy birthday. And Robin Spraggling, turning 52 years old today. And Maria Pittman, turning 46 years old today. And Latangi Brown, turning 41 years old today. And Tisha Williams, happy birthday to you. And Nastarsha Jones, happy birthday. My girl Katina Moore, happy birthday to you. And Dushi Duala, happy birthday to you. And these two last people are special. They not run of the mill. My man I-Day, just like a big brother, turning 50 years old today. Hey, that's crazy. Man, I met this boy when he was 18 years old, just coming to Penn State. He been like a baby brother ever since, and he's still like one. Happy birthday to you, baby brother. And also Fran Golson, you are my friend. Do the damn thing. Happy birthday to you. I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And y'all do the damn thing. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, yo, man. I mean, nobody can be you but you, and nobody's gonna care about your health the way that you care about your health. But there's some things that you can do to really show that you care about your health. And you don't have to do this for other people, but you may need this for yourself. Because when you don't know your health status and you feel some kind of way about what may be going on with you, when you leave it up to being a mystery, man, it's hard to really get comfortable in a situation like that. You're never going to really be able to get comfortable in a situation like that. And you want to be comfortable. One thing that you want out of life is you want to be able to enjoy it by knowing that you're healthy. Nothing allows you to enjoy life and be comfortable like knowing that your health is in good hands. So I would definitely recommend either seeing a medical doctor a couple of times a year, or a naturopathic practitioner at least once a year, twice a year, I would say. Listen, one thing I like about naturopathic practitioners is that they don't harp on taking your blood. I'm not scared of needles. I don't really care, but I don't like the thought of giving my blood. The blood is yours. And do you know that the same information, the exact same information that you get from blood, you can get from urine? I don't even know why they collect blood, but you get the same results from the urine. That's you. So, in that regard, it might make you more comfortable to see a naturopathic practitioner, see what they have to say, see what their recommendations are. Test it out for a little while, give it a little test drive, see if you're feeling any better. There's no reason that you have to stop seeing one for the other when it comes to your health. If you want to see a medical doctor and that makes you feel comfortable, do so. That doesn't mean that you can't listen to what a naturopathic practitioner has to say and employ some of those techniques into your own life. If you come out of it becoming healthy, then good for you. Bravo. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another daily Go Get Amism show. So thank y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And rock him and say peace. Follow leader. Peace.